All right, here we go now. John Deere people, we're starting right off with the John Deere. Here's a good one. Gentlemen did very well here before. Moved to Saturday night before. Here's the John Deere out of Strawberry Plains, Tennessee. Down in the Sevierville area, here we come. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, for that John Deere, the Hulk and the Galloways.
Okay, Butch, you know when that tractor quit, you heard that big pressure release. That's what we're talking about, fans, when we say there's so much pressure in there, that engine with the 4 turbochargers. When that engine stops, that pressure's got to go someplace, goes to the nearest thing, the exhaust. So that's what you hear. Doesn't hurt the
tractor to watch as he comes to the starting line. I think this is one of his first trips to Louisville. Hey, we'd like to recognize let's give you the pull distance over Robert Galloway. How about 228.31? 228.31. 228 and 31. All right. We're looking for the Washington, Indiana FFA. 20 kids, section 330, the nosebleed section. There they are. Here we go with Lee Ellison Jr. And the 4010 Super Stocker right there. Dale Allison, the advisor for the Washington, Indiana group. And we welcome you kids from Washington, Indiana. In section 327, the Switzerland County FFA. We'd like to welcome the Monroe County, West Virginia FFA. 31 members, Mr. Eugene Rice, the advisor, up in 318. Thanks for coming. Folks, we appreciate it. We have 42 members from the Bluford FFA. Scott Page, the agent and advisor from Bluford FFA. Welcome things on the starting line. All right, John Deere people.
Okay, Butch, that's a good one. Hey, Butch, we're over here in one of these sections. What section are we in over here? Anybody can tell me? But anyhow, I got a guy here that used to pull here for so many years ago, and some of you fans might remember the tractor called the Rooster. How many of you fans remember the Rooster tractor?
And I think Harold will go along with me that the 5 millionth tractor made by International, and they had it in a big celebration, and they had that one particular tractor in a big case and everything during the celebration, and it was painted in. Many years ago, Rob Russell did it. And of course, we know this tractor he hasn't owned it for many years. We know some people out in the Iowa area had it for a while, and then it was recently sold. And here's a young gentleman getting ready a new puller here with us. David Henderson now out of Spring Valley, Minnesota, driving his tractor. We'll call it his stray horse as he comes to the line here. Here's your pull distance for Tom Castings now, 220.99. 220.99, 220 and 99 for Tom Castings as he makes his run here tonight. So we get ready now to go with David Henderson here. Its owner I guess was the Bancroft Implement Company at one time, and David Valley, Minnesota, as he comes to the starting line.
Okay, IIH people, you got all green sitting down there in the top 3. Where's the IIH fans? Holy cow, Harold Where are the Red fans now? Where are you?
Man,
They must have given him an extra bale of hay, Butch. I tell you, he had an excellent run, that horse.
Great run, obviously. What a great run. There you are, folks. He's got his helmet off. Let's give him a nice round of applause. He can hear you now, Freedom Hall.
Okay, Butch, we got a couple young ladies here. Hi, what's your name?
Grace,
Grace, where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan? What's your name?
Michelle.
And you from Michigan, Tulsa? Okay, how long you guys been coming? What do you do for a living?
I used to milk cows for 40 years. My boys are milking them now.
You turned that old milking over to the boys, huh?
Yes, sir.
How many head do you milking?
We milk as high as 75, milking about 50 now.
Okay. How many years you been coming here?
I've been here 12 or 15 times.
Enjoy it?
Yes, sir.
How do you get these front row seats like this?
Well, Dan Christiani out here is running the grader blade right there, that man right there.
Oh, you're the guy running the grader blade. You know him.
He lives about a mile from me. My son works for him.
Oh, well, you have my sympathy, sir.
Well, the lock and load tractor will be up next. This is John Stewart coming to us out of Hagerstown, Indiana. He'll be on the starting line, Mr. John Stewart. As we look at it, a 1066 International on the starting line in the Superstock category. So let's watch him go to work here. We've seen this tractor pull before. This is a fine running machine. Saw him down at Chapel Hill last year, if I remember correctly, running on the national circuit and so forth. And so we went ready to watch him go here on the starting line. Lock and load, folks. The International. Wow, she just flat quit pulling right there.
Now you, John?
You John Deere people are mean, I'll tell you. You are really, really mean.
Butch, you beat me to the words, then, John.
4.68. 240 feet will be a full pull. 240 feet will be a full pull here this evening. All right, here we go. Red fans, here's Hans Boxler and the special. Whoa! Man, did you see how red it was, the exhaust of the turbo? Man, it was red inside there. Golly Moses. Milk's got more. The special, the 7110 Hans Boxler out of Harrisburg, New York, has made his run here. Of tractor pulling. Let's give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Van Dorpy. For 42 years, he's been coming down tracks all over the United States. And he still loves pulling every day, no doubt about it. Jerry Van Dorpy, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your pull distance now for Hans Boxler. 221 and 55. 221.55 for the special Hans Boxler out of Harrisburg, New York.
Well, Butch, what's the colors down there in the winner's circle? What's the red-green situation?
Well, we have one red. Well, let's start over. We have one green, and we have a red one that turned white, and we have another red one. So we have two internationals and one John Deere is what we have basically here.
What are you saying? You got 2-1 red against green? How about it, Red fans? What do you think?
Ohio with his John Deere, known as Deere & Company. We are not quite halfway through the class. We're just getting right to it. The class immediately after this will be the modified. And if you've been asleep, we're going to wake you up. Oh, man, got underneath that turbocharger and came to a stop. But I want to tell you something, folks. He's going to shake the order up with that international machine of his, that 986. No, it's not a 966. It's a 986.
Okay, Butch, I got another guy here. Hi, what's your name? Do we have any white fans around? Where's any white guys? Way to go. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Cummins compares with the red ones and the green ones. It's always good to have a good mix, and that's one thing about the National Farm Machine.
Well, folks, a little problem there. Might have been a little bit of clutch problems there, but also I think he missed the gear. I don't think there's any doubt about it, because this track is one powerful track here tonight. Let's give the man, though, from St. Lucas, Iowa. Folks, let's put your hands together for him. How about it? Herbie Kriener, ladies and gentlemen, out of St. Lucas, Iowa, and the Sly Fox.
Well, Butch, the Detroit guys like that when that Cummins goes down like that. We have any Detroit guys here? We got any truck drivers in this crowd, yeah? Where are the truck drivers? Wow, a bunch of them. They were up here in 327. Okay.
Go ahead, Harold. You know a lot about this tractor coming your way. Let's talk about the Middletons.
Oh, boy, the Middletons, that Deere & Company, they've been pulling for a long, long time. Something very interesting here, Butch. Look where he's spotting the sled. He moved the sled over just about a half a sled width at least. You know, he wants a new bite here at the starting line the way it looks. So that Deere & Company he's going to gamble a little bit here. Now, if you remember, not too many tractors have made it down the right side of the track. I just wonder if he's seeing something that somebody else might not. So here we go, the Middletons out of Ohio, the Deere & Company.
Then we have in the number 3 spot right now, Robert Galloway and his machine known as the Hulk. He's hanging in there at 2:28 and 31. Keith Middleton up next out of Wilmington, Ohio. A lot of sparks out of the front end of the tractor when he left the starting line there. Lots of sparks. I don't know whether or not he had some loose cables or what, but he was throwing a pretty good spark right off the front of that tractor when he left the line. And right there for Mr. Middleton out of Wilmington, Ohio, with the machine known as Deere & Company. Jeff Demers will be up next. I kept kidding him about, well, you know, when you going to want to drive again? Nope. Too busy farming. Too busy farming all the time. Here's your pull distance now for Keith Middleton, 201.92. 201.92. 201.92. And now it's just after we get this tractor pulling here, we're going to have a word from our good friends at Syngenta as soon as we pull this tractor coming your way here. Oh. Now, wait a minute, folks. Hold up. He did not get past the point of no return. If he was off the throttle before the 75-foot mark or whatever the rules are, and I'm assuming it's a 75 to 100 foot, he can take that tractor back to the starting line and make another shot. So we'll wait and find out whether or not he is going to take it back. But he would have the opportunity to take it back unless something did break on the tractor, because he was out of the throttle before the point of no return. You have an imaginary line pretty much basically, and it's also the discretion of the starter as to where you can pull it or not if you've gone past that particular line. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Jeff Demers a nice round of applause all the way from Storm Lake, Iowa. What do you say, folks? Because that's all he's going to get here tonight is your applause. Tough night here. Well, it looks like we're ready now to go with Tom Dickerson here, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring him to the starting line here. Here's a tractor, ladies and gentlemen, that has won many, many times national events all over the country. This is a good run in 36.88 out of Olean, New York. And we get ready to watch him go to the line. Very capable. If having this great run, he could be in the sand pile too. Our full pull in this class is 240 feet, and he easily could make that. Let's see what happens now as he comes to the line. Tom Dickerson, Olean, New York, the 20 mule team, 36.88. Oh! What did I tell you? Man, oh man. International people, stand up and be counted. We're going to have a pull-off.
Well, Butch, it doesn't get any better than that. When he buried that baby in the sand, just like an ostrich stuck in his head in the sand, he done a heck of a job. Watch him on the instant replay, fans.
Watch the screen, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it again. He continues to run a
Fans, you got 3 of them.
A full pull at 248.07. 248.07. And very happy with his pull. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Rusty a nice round of applause. Did a good job. Rusty Bosler, Liberty, Indiana. 0.60 for Rusty Bosler. 187.60. Up next will be Mr. Matt Goodwin, ladies and gentlemen. Out of Farnhamville, Iowa, driving the tractor known as the Intimidator. On deck, Mr. Bob Schilling out of Valmere, Illinois, and Hyperactive. Then we'll have Paul Coots and the Joker. All right, here we go now with Matt Goodwin, ladies and gentlemen. The full pull in this class, over 240 feet. We have 2 tractors that already answered that call and gone over 240. So here we come with our next one. Matt Goodwin out of Farnhamville, Iowa. On the bubble was Robert Galloway. The question is, did Matt Goodwin bump him out of the program? We're going to find out. A good hook.
Hi, what's your name?
Jeff Meek.
Jeff, what kind of hat you got on there? That's a Harley hat.
That's the only one to wear.
Well, what are you doing, a Harley guy here at the tractor pull?
It's kind of like I like anything but green.
Whoa, Bob Schilling, ladies and gentlemen, the hyperactive machine with a good run at 36.88 coming to life. Comes up just a little bit short, but we'll mark him and check the distance to find out how far he went. Good run for the 36.88. Mr. Binder Bob, they call him. Bob Schilling. 228.59. Well, we have a total of, let's give you a rundown. We have 2 tractors out. Dave Henderson, Tom Dickerson. In the number 3 spot currently is Matt Goodwin at 234.57. And on the spot bubble is Jerry Van Dorpy at 232.93. He's currently number 4. Wow! Well, welcome from Welcome, North Carolina, right there. Paul Kuntz out of here. International people, stand up and be counted. You deserve it one more time.
Well, Butch, he gets to come back and play in the pull-off. Boy, that makes him happy, I'll bet you. But it taxes those engines when they get awful hot to come back in a pull-off. But they'll be ready, I'm sure.
Well, we see Esden Lane has the new tractor here coming your way. The MX270, is that what we got over there? As he comes back to the line here, be coming up your way. Esden Lane, folks, will be up next. Out of Dayton, Minnesota, be running his Red Line Fever a little bit later on in the week. And the Joker with a great run for Paul Kuntz, ladies and gentlemen, out of Welcome, North Carolina. So we have 3 out the door. Now on the bubble will be Matt Goodwin now. He is currently running 4th, and we have 1 more tractor to go. And Matt set a good pace here at 234.57, a good run. 246.20 for Paul Kuntz. 246.20 for Paul Kuntz. Oh! What'd you guys say? Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Esden Lane a nice round of applause. How about it, folks? Brand new tractor. Back to the drawing board. Like the oil fire they had there, a little bit of oil coming out on the top of the headers there, and everything seems to be okay, and looks like everybody's all right. And Esden seems to be in one piece. Your pole distance guy sitting over here on the bump, and he makes it to the finals. So we have 4 internationals, either Case IH or otherwise, that have moved into the finals on Saturday night in Superstock.
They get to come back to the sandbox and play, right?
That's right.
Here we go, fans. Come on, IH. Let's do it.
Oh, man, right there.
Or anything in there. They actually screen the dirt before that comes in and pick out all the stones. So stones are very hard on these big tires, so we don't like any stones. They can do a lot of damage. But once again, hats off to the track crew for doing one heck of a job.
Is the last name Mondak? Mondak.
Okay, Butch, we're over here with David with that 5 millionth tractor. Hey, David, you think it's good enough to win?
Oh, I don't know. There's a couple pretty good ones coming up yet.
Was you satisfied with the hook at 223 feet, .79, 223.79? You satisfied with that hook?
Well, yeah, I'm satisfied, but it'd have been nice to see the sand again.
Well, there you are, fans. Never enough for these pullers. Well, once again, congratulations and a good job. Ladies,
Front of the sled going past to have your winner. So let's see what happens here, or your new leader, I should say.
how many fans think the 20 mule team can do it? Where's the 20 mule team fans?
Oh, what did we tell you, Harold? That is close, man. Look at that. That is really close.
We're not going to call this one. This is too close, Butch. We'll let Jerry Baird do that one.
Yeah, you better believe it. Let the old laser go to work. Man, that is close. .25 for Tom Dickerson. 222.25. And Dickerson goes number 2. We got one more to go. The Joker had one more tractor now with Paul Kuntz.
Okay, David, you dodged one bullet. You satisfied with that one? We're talking to the driver of the 5 million, the white one. What do you think, David?
Well, I'm sure feeling a lot better about now.
Well, you dodged one bullet. You got one to go.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens here in just a minute.
You want to go back? You don't want to watch this, do you?
I don't know.
Okay, here we go, fans. This is going to get good.
Find out what happens. Ouch.
That didn't sound good.
Did the rod say ouch? Or did you turbochargers go oh?
I think I heard a sneeze, that's for sure.
All right, we're ready to go again. John Blaney at the north end of the track. South end of the track, Mr. Gene Wilkerson. We've got them all here. All right, here we go. Can the Joker make it or not? Here's Paul Kuntz. Yeah, he's making it all right. Here we go. Oh! There's your winner right there out of North Carolina tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Kuntz and the Joker. .232.78, the winning distance here tonight. 232.78. What'd you end up? Good job. Paul Kuntz, welcome to Louisville, Kentucky.
Man, it's wonderful to be here.
Tell me where welcome North Carolina is.
It's a little two-stoplight town right below Winston, central North Carolina.
Big NASCAR country down there.
Big NASCAR country.
But they have tractor pulling too, don't they?
Yes, sir.
Well, you came to pull here at Louisville. Congratulations. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I got a lot of people to thank. The new sponsor that took Zeneca's place, Synergy, and it's wonderful to have a pull like this to come to. It's just wonderful and a good track. Esden Lynn, he helped me work on the tractor. It's a whole new drive system. Just thanks to everybody. Perry Walters, my brother Eric. Glad to be here.
We're glad you're here. Is this your first trip to Louisville?
Well, the tractor's been here before in the 95 Super. This was my first hook in Louisville and the first hook for the tractor in the 8000 Super.
A rookie, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a nice round of applause. He wins it here tonight and goes to Saturday night. Paul Kuntz out of Welcome, North Carolina. Congratulations, Paul. Our trophy presentation, Mr. Bill Tolles representing the Kentucky Fair Board, and Bill Mondak, ladies and gentlemen, representing Syngenta. All right. Well, David Henderson, congratulations on a great run, man. You're right in there.
Thanks, Butch. Really glad to be here.
How about Saturday night now? Is the tractor okay? I know you guys were a little bit concerned a while ago. A little bit loose belt and a couple other things, but it looks all right.
I think it's all right. We'll check it over a little bit, but we'll be back on Saturday.
Anybody you want to thank tonight here, David?
Yeah, Butch, I'd like to thank all the track crew, and I'd like to thank Betsy and all the sponsors, the Fair Board, a bunch of friends that come along, and my partner Randy and Daryl for putting this thing together for us.
Let me ask you this. How does a guy from Minnesota get hooked up with a bunch of guys from Iowa?
You know, Butch, that's a good question.
I ain't going to even take it any farther than that. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? David Henderson, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Congratulations tonight. I won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. No doubt about it. David Henderson, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I tell you what, they threw the book away on that guy. Come on in here, Tom. Well, Tom, we had a boost problem tonight, so now I thought you'd have an easy week. You're going to have to do a little work.
It won't be too much. We'll just put another turbo on. Find out which one it is. It's either the top two or the middle one, but we'll bring it back.
Good, good, good. Congratulations. It just seems like Louisville's always so good to you, isn't it?
I love indoor pulling. This seems to be working real well for me. There's just something about it. You know, you take Esden outside on doubles on a fast, hard track, and I have a hard time catching up with him. He's kind of paying attention to what I do when we go inside, so it's too bad he had tough luck tonight, but you better believe tomorrow night he'll be one of the guys to...
Yeah, I know. There's no doubt about it. He'll have the old red line going, won't he?
I'll be ranching while he's pulling. He'll be having the fun.
Anybody like to thank tonight, Tom?
Oh, Syngenta? I need to get used to that myself. Everybody, the farm show, the tractor pull committee, everybody in Louisville, Sunpico Oil, they were kind enough. They provided me a sponsor this year, and I'm very proud of it. Sunpico Oil runs this tractor now, and we want to do well for them, and I want to show my appreciation to them. Just everybody involved in this whole activity. It's just great.
Thank you, Tom, very much.
We'll be here Saturday.
We're looking for you. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Olean, New York, Tom Dickerson, the 20 Mule team. Let's give him a nice round of applause. And once again, our trophy presenters, Mr. William Tolles, representing the Kentucky State Fair Board, Mr. Bill Toll, and then we have Bill Mondak, ladies and gentlemen. Mondak, who is with our friends from Syngenta, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we thank those guys for all their participation. Well, Harold, we've had two good classes of tractors. Now we're going to wake Freedom Hall up. Everybody's been sleeping here for the last 2 hours. We're going to wake them up.